Hi, Jenny here. Halloween is almost here, so today I thought we would make some cute Halloween pretzel treats. We are going to make some pumpkins, mummies, and aliens. Let's get started! For these treats we are going to need some of the mini pretzel twists, and then about a cup each of some different colors of candy melts. So we have orange, lime green, white, and chocolate. And then some coconut oil. We'll use a half a teaspoon each with all of these chocolates to help them melt. Green M&Ms for the pumpkin stems. Some orange sprinkles if you want for your pumpkins. Some little eyeballs for the mummies. And for the aliens, we either have little round balls or some colored dots. Some of the things you might want to prep your area as we start. You'll need a bowl to melt the chocolates in. You'll need some type of like a fork or that to be able to scoop the pretzels out when they're all done. And then we are going to put them on a cookie sheet with some wax paper on top. So we'll go ahead and put that 1 cup of chocolates and half a teaspoon of the coconut oil. Put it in the microwave for a minute. Stir it up and we will go from there. Sometimes when you first melt chocolate, it doesn't look like it's all melted, but the residual heat from it just sitting there and stuff will help melt it all. So you just need to give it a little bit of time. So we will start with that 1 minute. These are a little melted. Oh, let's see, maybe. Residual heat's gonna get in there or not, but the bowl is warm. Yeah, maybe it will. You said there still are some little chunks in here. You don't want to put the chocolate into the microwave for too long because you don't want to burn the chocolate. So if I were to heat it again, I would go for maybe 10-15 seconds. Usually go about 30 seconds at most in between rounds, but as you keep mixing it again with the chocolate being in the ones that are already heated, it nicely melts them all up. Alright, so let's get my area prepped. See on this side, maybe this side, it'll work better. So we'll take a pretzel, we'll dip it in, get it completely covered in chocolate. First I'll help clean off the spoon. Put this off to the side. I don't think we'll need that, but I'll do it this way and then I'll show you guys up close. one way, do it the other way. Tap it so it drips off the chocolate. Lay it down on your sheet. Do this now or later. To make it look more like a jack-o'-lantern, you can try to clear out the chocolate from in between all the holes. You do that either by moving the pretzel a little bit on your sheet, and or we can try to take a knife afterwards. Ha! And then I'm just going to dip a little M&M, get some chocolate on there, and put that at the top. I just added another half a teaspoon of coconut oil in here, and now it's much smoother. Before it was very thick. So this should go better for the pretzels. Let's remove our spoon. Try this again. Put pretzel in, dip it, turn it. I'm finding it's nice to grab it by the mouth if you can. And then we let that drip off. And put it down. Doing it that way seems to leave enough chocolate up at the top that when you put your M&M in, it will stick to the pretzel. Otherwise, if we dip it in the chocolate, we might end up with too much chocolate around the stem. But we'll try that. And then, let's see if these are hardened up too much. We can take the knife. Oh no, that's good. And clear out the holes that are full so that it makes it look more like a jack-o'-lantern. These might need to sit for just a little bit more yet. And then while they're still wet, if you want, we can sprinkle some orange sprinkles on. Make them just a little bit prettier. These might be too dry.
All right, I learned a tip as I'm sitting here finishing these off, that as I was holding the fork like this, my pretzel was swinging back and forth. So if I'm trying to knock it, it's going to start swinging. So to stop that, if I hold it at an angle flat or just off on a different angle off to the side, so this other tine of the fork is actually stopping the pretzel from swinging. Of course, putting my finger on the bowl because one, it's noisy, and two, I don't want my bowl to break. But that too is I kept hitting with the side here on here. I'm like, oh, I don't want to crack it. Break my bowls. I like these bowls. And I think I've got the right amount of coconut oil in this batch and all that too, and the orange here, because as I'm knocking off the excess chocolate, you can also kind of see that the eyes of the pretzels are a little bit like when you blow bubbles. They're a little clearer, so like, and when you do that, they actually pop, and you have a clear. So I've taken back to, I'm just going to dip the M&M in the chocolate just a little bit to help hold that on there, and go off to the side so it has a little bit of surface area that it's sticking onto the pretzel. And give it that pretty sugar coating, because that actually just makes them look so much prettier.
Alright, for the mummies we are going to do pretty much the same thing. I will melt the white chocolate with the coconut oil, and then we'll dip the pretzels, and we'll pretty much just clear out the mouth area. We don't need the eye areas cleaned out because we will put our little tiny eyeballs in each of the spots, and we'll let that sit for a little bit, and then we are going to put some of the white chocolate into a baggie, and we're going to go back over the pretzels again with some white chocolate to make it look more like a mummy.
Okay, as we do our mummies, we actually don't need to have the mouth completely open because when we are going to take the extra chocolate to go over them to make it look like a mummy wrap, we are going to go over that mouth area anyways. But as you're dripping the chocolate off of the pretzel anyways, because you have the fork in there, the mouth area of that part of the pretzel, pretty much the chocolate isn't there anyways, it comes out. So we can just take our spoon and fill in a little bit of chocolate so that it doesn't completely dip down when we are adding the extra chocolate into there. Maybe I can just even use my knife here and scooch it around. Yeah, either that or just fill it in a little bit with the spoon. Hopefully it won't dab in too much. There we go. And then we'll take some of this chocolate and we'll have some extra. We will melt some chocolate into a baggie. And we'll do the mummifying of the pretzels. We will take a baggie and I will put some of the white chocolate in here, kind of towards a corner, just because I think that's about all I will need. For pretzels, depending on how many pretzels you're going to want to make, if you want to make more than that, you can use up all the chocolate just on the pretzel part. Melt more chocolates in the bag. So same, you just put some chocolates in the baggie, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how much you have in there. See if this will be enough. That might not be enough. We will try it. And then we're going to snip off. Kind of see that tiny end. It's kind of all still open chocolate. You don't want to cut it too big. Even though you think you're cutting it small, it's still maybe too much. And then we're just going to go back and forth. Here comes the chocolate. Back and forth across to make it look like a mummy. Go around the eyes a little bit. Help keep them in. Hopefully if I do this close up on the camera, we'll be able to see it. Of course we can go across the mouth area because covered up his eye. Whoops! Completely covered his eye too. Oh yeah. I'm not a professional baker. I just did it again. Just trying to go to the other side. Well, that's what happens. sloppy mummies. Okay, we will save this baggie because we will use also some white chocolate, I forgot, and some of the alien eyes. So let's prepare for the aliens. Oh, these were some sad little mummies. Should have probably went over them just a few less times. That's okay. You get the idea. Let's try the aliens. See how that goes. It's the same process. Melt our chocolates with some of the coconut oil. For the aliens, we are going to give them some white chocolate and dark chocolate eyes. So I just went ahead, reheated my white chocolate for about 10 seconds because it had all stiffened up. So that'll be enough. I need a little more. So we'll try to do half and half. So we'll put some more white chocolate in this baggie. Okay, maybe this all hardened up too. Live and learn. It's like I've never done this before. I've done it a few times, but obviously not enough. Try to heat this chocolate back up. Chocolate does set fairly quickly, so this is something that you need to kind of work on fairly quickly. Otherwise, if the chocolate does harden up, even as you are doing whatever you're doing that requires dipping, which that I've done before. I've done different chocolate recipes, like making my own, I don't know if it was the Twix, making my own Three Musketeers. The chocolate has hardened up on me as I've dipped it. So then we just put it back in the microwave, like I said, for about that 10 seconds or so. And again, stir it, see how it's doing. Put it in there again if you need to. Again, just not wanting to overheat the chocolate. You don't want to burn it. So, or microwave. Microwave's getting old. Starting to need a new one. Oh, sure, it's now going to be the time. There we go. During a video, why not? That is not the time I needed to die. I have to put it on the list. Start looking for a new one. All right. Finger. It won't all just come pouring out on me when I put it in. We'll find out. Again, I only need it for a few eyeballs. So we will squeeze it in there to make some eyes. Okay. And then take our little dots for little pupils. See how that works. I couldn't find any of the, what are they, parallels, the colored balls. I couldn't find big ones that were colored. They mainly had white. So I thought, you know, I saw this container, that'll work. Just a little something something. Give it some extra color. Some goofiness. Especially goes up on the side and then the lacrosse eye. Yeah. It's almost like for when I do my stamping, I need like a little tweezers to do this. Silly. You know what? Let's do a couple yellow ones too, and the white. If I'll be able to zoom. I will zoom in the picture when I edit this. That chocolate's already firming up. Wow. Oops. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I will do a couple chocolate ones. Get some chocolate eyes. Ooh, I think I had these on that long. Got a little white on the outside. Just put a few of these in the baggie. We'll heat it up for 30 seconds. I won't close this all the way, so I don't have that much chocolate in there, but be able to let air escape. Let's see if I had any green sprinkles. Could probably put some like dark green sprinkles over the aliens too. Probably could put clear sprinkles on the mummies if you want them all sparkly. Options. It's always good to have options. Perhaps I can put some of these. They do have these, like I said, these little tiny white balls. We'll see. If we can maybe, so I can pick them up. Whee! Alright. We will just squish them to get them all melted. Away from the tip a little bit. All right. Do the same. We'll cut off the tip. Just a teeny tiny bit. Let's see if that will enough. Alrighty, so that's basically how you make these. Now you just let them sit for a while until the chocolate all hardens up and then eat them. The cute little Halloween pretzels are done. So we have the mummy, the pumpkin, the alien. The mummies could use a little work. I could have probably used just a little less chocolate, went over fewer times than just, I went many times over it. It kind of looks like a mummy. It's cute enough, especially on the plate with all the rest of them. They look very cute all together. So, yeah, the aliens also could go multiple ways. Use your imagination. It could be a zombie. It could be Frankenstein. If you use the, there's a darker chocolate that you could use. So, same, and then like I said, for the different eyeballs, different things you can use for trying to make eyeballs. Maybe jimmies, maybe, like I said, I had those other little dots. Any other type of little, decoration type things you have. I thought about mini M&Ms, but I thought they might be a little bit too big to make it really look like an alien eyeball. I don't know, but you could try that too. Same with the pumpkins. You could maybe use a mini M&M. I thought that might be too small, so I had to go with the regular size. I like the sparkles on there. I think it does add a little bit extra. Otherwise, the chocolate's kind of just a little dull. But this kind of just zhuzhes it up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know as though the aliens would need sprinkles on them, but in any case, they're cute. They take a while to make. I think I started this just after 1-ish, and it's 5 now. But then again, with filming, that takes longer also anyways. The chocolate does dry very quickly, so that was really nice. I didn't have to wait for that to set in order to continue on either to the next ones, or like with doing the eyeballs in here and stuff, and for now at the end and taking pictures. It's very nice to have them be done pretty quickly and just out in the air, so they didn't have to be put in the refrigerator or freezer to harden up. So again, yeah, just something cute little Halloween snack that you can put out. It makes a very pretty plate. You'll obviously see that picture in the thumbnail, and I'll put a picture in here too of how they all look together. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching me make this. I've enjoyed seeing the snack. Let me know if you like to make Halloween snacks and what you like to do, if you've done Halloween pretzels.
Another way of doing a Halloweenish type of pretzel, like the pretzel rods, and dip them in the chocolate and then put the different colored sprinkles on there. So I was thinking about doing that maybe with some of the leftover chocolate, or I've got leftover dipping chocolate that I haven't even used yet, so we shall see. In any case, I will leave this recipe, I will leave the directions on how to do this down in the description below, and like I said, leave me a note in the comments below what kind of Halloween treats you'd like to make or eat. And you guys, happy Halloween, and keep it positive, go make it a great day. Bye-bye! Have another one. Chocolate covered pretzels. Can't go wrong. I was eating a lot of plain pretzels while going because that was my lunch, but chocolate covered, 2 thumbs up.